back to Prep Recruiting Insider here at NOLA Motorsports Park in Avondale. I'm the coach of PRI, Rick Gailey, here with our Prep Recruiting Insider, Mr. Renee Nato, and it is our pleasure to welcome to PRI Coach Nathaniel Jones of the Edna Karr Cougars. Coach Jones, welcome to PRI.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
Well, we appreciate you very much because, folks, it's not easy to get Coach Jones and the players here. All of the coaches that have been on PRI make a special effort to be here because it's during the school day. It's not easy to get students out anymore, and especially during exam time. So, Coach Jones, thank you for making that effort.
Thank you.
I want to give a little background on Coach Jones, that what kind of player he was. I know he's done a great job as coach at Edna Karr Cougars. Won a state championship at Karr in 1993 as a football player. Won one as a basketball player, averaged just under double-double. So, and he was on a team with Robert Royal and Patrick Surtain and Bernard Robinson, guys like that. Went up to UL Monroe and was a captain of the team. And as a junior, had over 100, like 108, 110 tackles as a safety. So he put some skins on the wall as a player as well. But, you know, coming back to Karr, your alma mater, and being the coach there, played there under Don Watney, it means something. It's special to you, isn't it?
Right. You know, I tell our guys oftentimes when we go in our gym, and you can see the history behind the place, and just try to get the guys to understand that it's bigger than just you. We talk about pride, we talk about discipline, we talk about tradition and dedication, and the things that happened before you actually got to Karr. And for me, it was a great deal for me to be able to come back and to be able to try to lead my alma mater in the direction that has been a traditional direction, which is to win a state championship.
And Coach, this is your second year, just completed your second year there, took over after they had won a state championship with Coach Jabbar Jalouk leading the way before then. And you had to find a way, and you were very successful in getting your team to the state finals that year, to be able to keep things going while putting your own fingerprints on the program. Won't you talk about that transition?
I think the transition was, it was a good transition just because I was familiar with the culture of Karr. We have our own culture there, and I think it kind of helped me in the transition. Even though they had much success when I came in, it was the expectations that I had for myself, I had for the school. It was something that was always there when we took over from a junior high to a high school. Our expectations was to win the state championship, and we got that done the first year of being able to compete for a state championship. So we always had lofty expectations as a program, and so coming back as a coach, that's the same thing. I had lofty expectations for the program, and we continue to strive to try to be the best we could be.
Now, your resume is pretty impressive, having coached in high school, also coached in the NFL, and NFL Europe. You have experience there as well, and coached in college, among other places, at UT San Antonio under Larry Coker. You've kind of formulated a plan on how you want to approach coaching, and who has maybe had the biggest impact on you as a coach?
You look at all of my coaches at Karr. They talked about being better men, whether that's Don Watney, Al Ott, Ronald Gehring, Coach Rock, Coach Bill Robinson, Wayne Hardy. I could go on and on. Even my principal, John Heiser. You know, all of those people helped me to become the man that I am, and that's what you want. You want to give back to your kids what you receive from your coaches and the people around the school. So we're into developing young men, and football just is a tool or a vessel in which we can develop them and help them to go on in life and to be successful people.
Now, we've already started 2015 season. As coaches, we have a tendency, as soon as one season's over, you have to prepare yourself for the other. But let's take a quick look at last year's record. It's last year already, it was a week ago, 2014. You started the year 2-3, so halfway through the regular season, had only won 2 games. You had beat St. Aug, you had beat Cox, lost to St. Charles Curtis, and Landry Walker. But then after that, you run off 6 in a row. Right. What turned things around for you?
It was a maturation process for our guys. You know, just a lot of the guys we had some seniors there that hadn't played as much because we had such a big class prior to that. Them going through the maturation process of learning how to play the game and understanding situational football. And we had some tough opponents with St. Paul and John Curtis and St. Aug. And we just learned from our mistakes. And, you know, like we told the guys, just make sure you get better each day. Each week you get better. And we have a mantra of win today. You know, if you win today, Friday will take care of itself. And I think the guys really bought into that and gave ourselves the opportunity to win games later on in the season.
Nathaniel, you've had quite a few players recruited last year in this year's group. Recruiting now is kind of tough. It's tough to monitor. There's a lot of people out there who want to talk to your players and find out, get the scoop and everything. How do you keep a handle on recruiting with the players, and what do you advise them on going into the process?
Well, the first thing I would advise any student athlete out there is, first of all, make a decision that's best for you and your family, and you should make it collectively as a family. That's what we advise our guys to do. You know, we're sort of advocates for you when you need us to be able to say, okay, you can lean on our experience in the recruiting process, but we don't want to make decisions for you. You know, and do what's best for you. You know, one place may fit one guy, but it may not fit the other guy. You know, some guys may need to be in a big city environment where another guy needs to be in a more rural area. So we just try to, you know, educate them as best as we can and let them make the final decision with them and their families.
And as I mentioned, you're already hard at work on next football season.
Yeah.
It's kind of a bridge right now. You're trying to help prepare your seniors to take that next step, but you're already planning for next year. And as coaches, we spend this time going to other places. We'll visit schools, we'll visit clinics and go to review all of our systems. But tell us what the Karr Cougars have in store for this offseason, what process you're going through there, and something about the Karr Cougars in 2015.
Right now, the process is we're getting our seniors, getting them geared up to go off to school, making sure they have all their paperwork done, dotting I's, crossing T's with them, making sure they're ready for signing day. And if the guys aren't signed, we're looking to make sure we get them an opportunity to play college football if they so choose to. And with the younger guys, you know, right now it's study hall. You know, study hall because we're taking finals right now. And as we come back, we get into the off-season program and, you know, study hall, the routine of study hall and making sure we're on the books. So they'll have their hands full, but it's something I think all the guys look forward to.
In the last minute, you are not, the district you're in is not for the faint of heart. It's week in and week out. It's like NFL football, and you wouldn't change that for anything. You love the competition, and your district really brings that.
I think that's why you look at our preseason district, our pre-district, you know, it's St. Paul, St. Aug, John Curtis, some of the best programs in the state. We'll play anybody, anywhere. That's our mantra. We want to play the best because we feel we're the best. But our district, you know, Warren Easton playing in the state championship this year, us playing in the state championship last year, you're going to play the best. You know, and we had the slip up against Landry Walker, and then we came back and actually got the win against Warren Easton. You know, it's just they like to call it the SEC West of high school football. So our guys work hard, and our district is a real tough district.
Well, thank you, Coach Nathaniel Jones of the Edna Karr Cougars. We appreciate you being here today. We're at NOLA Motorsports Park in Avondale. While we're in the Speed Shop, don't forget the Event Center for your next big event. After this break, 2 Karr Cougar athletes. We'll be right back after this timeout.